What up, fam? We made it. It's Friday. I appreciate all y'all. Look. As far as the comments, fam, I promise you, I read every comment. And while I'm reading it, I'm thankful. I'm like interacting with the comments. But every time I get ready to respond to comments, somebody's calling me for something. Or I gotta be here. Or I gotta do this. Or this is burning on the stove. Or it's too late. And I got Miss Sharon. Appreciate the comment. You know a whole lot more than what you be putting on about all of this. UFOs, body of light, all of this. You know a whole lot more than what you be putting on. I appreciate you. But yeah, the other fans, Valhalla, man, I appreciate all y'all. Seriously, fam, thank you. Dan Ace, I appreciate y'all, man. I'm going to try to get through them this weekend. But I'm telling you, every time something comes up, this is what this video is about. Fam, to any of my prepper family, the preparedness peeps, anybody, I need y'all to go watch 40 Acres. I know. Look, last week I was scrolling through the Cinemark website looking for a movie to go watch. I didn't want to see Superman. I didn't want to see the little crazy movies, but there was this one movie called 40 Acres that I had never heard of. No trailer. It was only playing for 3 days. So let me see if I can find a bootleg. So I scrolled the internet looking, couldn't find nothing. And finally, I paid the $11 to go see the movie last night. I was blown away. Any person of the preparedness mindset needs, wait till it comes out. I think it's still at like select movie theaters. I don't know, new director. And I know, don't let the 40 Acres throw you off. I know, with black people, like 40 acres in the middle. No, that's not it. They were defending and protecting a farm in Canada that was 40 acres. From the cannibals. This movie had me on the edge of my seat for 50% of the movie. Everything we talk about. The premise was, without trying to give away too much, the premise was, when it first started, it said 14 years ago, there was a fungal pandemic. And then 12 years ago, all the animals started to die. No. The fungal pandemic, then 2 years later, civil war took place. Because of the civil war took place in the United States, and apparently it was horrible. That lasted for a couple years. Then all the animals died, and then people were scavengers. They tried to, tend the farms, but they started to eat people. And so the setting of this movie was, they were in Canada, and there were these 8 farms, and the farms were probably 10 miles apart. They would barter. They would have drop-off points and barter. It was everything we talk about. Y'all need to see this. If you get the opportunity to see this movie, do not sleep on this movie. They would barter. They had the radio, comms, and they would barter. One farm produced corn and weed. One farm produced the weed. One farm produced the liquor, and they would trade. And it wasn't like happy-go-lucky. We just rolling up to meet you. They would have drop-offs. You drop off here, they drop off here. You talk on the radio, it's there, go pick it up. Fam. And one by one, the farms started going dead on the comms. Like I said, they're probably 10 miles apart, spread out these farms. And each farm is its own little community. But the community started getting picked off. And the Freeman Ranch, the main community that we watched, they were just hardcore, fam. They wouldn't help nobody. They wasn't taking nobody in. They were on point. They had comms. They were highly trained. Even the little girl would only make headshots. Look, shoot first. Don't ask questions. The main star, the militaristic mom, she would always say, we ain't got time waiting for revenge. We need to do it now. And it was just cutthroat to the edge and brutal. If you want to see what the Shift WOL, the zombie apocalypse would probably really look like, this is the movie you need to see. It went down in every way possible. It did. It went down. It taught me so much. I got my kit. Last video I was talking about putting my kit together. I want y'all to know, fam, I've got multiple kits. There are kits for everybody in the family. So don't think like I don't have one and I got to run out and get one and put it together. I got to turn this air conditioner. It's just too hot. Yeah, so don't think that. I've got multiple kits. I guess what I meant is the stuff that I purchased over the months that I kind of just threw in the closet. My kit is on hangers in the closet. It's ready to go. Everything from the shoes to the socks to the the biker shorts I wear under my cargo pants, to my thigh holster, to my battle belt, to my med kit on a battle belt, to my backpack, to the plates, you name it, to my comms. It's ready to go, but there are a few more things that I gotta really break in that I purchased that I've been meaning to add to it that I haven't worn or tried on to see how well it works for my kid. This movie taught me that I need to be really efficient with what I have when it is time to go. Efficient, well-trained. I gotta get in better shape. I gotta learn, fam, I'm even gonna start getting online and learning some basic movements with like knife defense. I think I'm gonna need it. What else is this movie? Discipline. In this movie, the comms that they had, everyone had jobs. Everyone knew where every person was at on the field, the farm. Discipline, no half-stepping, no playing around. It wasn't time to be lollygagging. It was survival. And I guess the lesson for that was, we always say, if you have an area community, how you try to bring people in. The people who are gonna bring people in versus the people who are just gonna be like no nonsense, laying everybody down. We're just surviving. We'll do it on our own if we have to. That's a big lesson that this movie taught too. And I guess each person, our families, our communities, we're all gonna have to decide how we are going to handle it when that time comes. But I don't know. You're gonna need people. And you're not going to be able to trust people. I don't know. But this movie was good. I highly recommend this movie. One thing I can promise you, anyone who goes to see this movie will not be disappointed. 40 Acres. I'm glad I saw it. It motivated me. It showed me. It renewed my my willingness to prepare for Shift WROL to a higher level. It showed me how bad things can get with everything that's going on, and what type of mentality it's going to take to survive in something like that. All right, peace out, fam. It's Friday. Going back to work. Try to get this day over with so I can relax for just a little bit. I love y'all, all y'all. Appreciate y'all that's hanging with me. Have a good one, fam. Later.